Hey you guys, this is Renee with Fraley Farm Mini Homestead, back at you with another cooking video. I'm cooking up several dishes today. I'm cooking chicken noodle, I'm just going to say chicken and rabbit noodle soup. I'm going to also be cooking turtle soup, which will be in a separate video. I've got some friends coming over today who are doing some work at my house, and if you know me, you know my love language is cooking. Guess we'll call it that. So I enjoy cooking, and I'm going to be cooking them up a nice meal in lieu and appreciation of them helping me out. So right now what I'm doing first is I had a whole chicken. I pulled the skin off, parted out the chicken. That's some of the parts. That's not the whole chicken. And yes, I wash my chicken, okay? So I like to cleanse my meat. Unless it's like hamburger meat, that's, kind of self-explanatory. But when it comes to something like a chicken, oh yes, I'm going to wash her, okay? Or if it comes to like a steak or a roast or whatever. Because me personally, I don't trust what they did in the factory, and I'm not going to be eating my food straight from a factory. So I'm going to rinse it off and at least clean it as much as possible. Get off the fat and, in this situation, I'm going to remove the skin, but I don't always do that. But when I'm making chicken soup or noodle soup, absolutely that skin is coming off. So I'm going to go ahead and get that in the water, and I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands here real quick. I'm going to season my meat with some pink Himalayan salt, some pepper, and I'm going to put some garlic powder in here too, okay? I don't measure. I just put a bunch in there. I don't know how to measure because I never grew up cooking that way. So if you want me to measure, I guess that's maybe a teaspoon of garlic powder, about a teaspoon of pepper. And like I said, I'm going to be adding some pink Himalayan salt. I'm going to say maybe half a teaspoon on that because I got high blood pressure. I ain't trying to be dying over no food, y'all. All right. I'm going to put a top on this, let this come to a boil. And once this is ready, we'll get back. All right. All right. Now I want to show y'all something about boiling chicken, especially when you got the bones in it. It's got any fat. If you ain't careful, this joker will boil over. Okay. So you got to keep close attention on this. You can either crack your lid, or, because it'll still boil over even with the lid crack, you also can put a wooden spoon across it, and that will also stop it from hopefully boiling over. All right. Now that it's boiling, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 chicken bouillon cubes in it and let that just add a little additional flavor, okay? And probably in another 10 minutes or so, I'll cut this off, take the chicken out. I will, pull the chicken off of the bone. And I'm going to be saving this juice because this is going to be going into the main pot. All right, y'all. Be back in a minute. All right, you guys. So my chicken is done. So I'm going to go ahead and remove some of these pieces so I can go ahead and get these cut up and sliced up and diced up. And then I can go ahead and get them in the final juice, or I'm going to call it juice, liquid for my soup. All right, we'll be back here shortly. All right, so I've got my meat here, and you can either dice it up, cut it up. I usually like to just take a fork and just pull it apart, okay? If it stays chunky, that's great. Makes it delicious. Ooh, the chicken hot. It's going to break apart even more when it's cooking. So I'll do this to all of the pieces here. And then once I get that done, I'm going to drop that back in the pan or the pot that's got my juice in it. I call it juice, but it's the liquid that's seasoned for the meat. All right, when we get done with this, we'll be back. Alrighty, I'm getting ready to do the same thing to the pieces that have bones. Now, I like to cook my chicken with the bones, pork chops, all of the above. You got to have the bone because the bone is also going to give you flavor. I know some of you guys like that boneless, skinless stuff. Well, that's your business, but I don't like that mess. One thing with cooking, nobody's going to agree, okay? Everybody's going to do things differently. You do what works for you, okay? If you like without the bone, you don't want to wash your meat, well, knock yourself out. But I'm different. I'm old school. I got to have the bone, okay? So I'm going to debone this chicken, and I'm also going to go ahead and put it in the juice so it can get to cooking, and we'll finish up this recipe soon. All right, we'll be back. All right, so here's the meat that I took off the bones, and what's left on the bone, that's going to be my snack. Oh, yes. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the juice that's going to cook the meat, and we're going to get it rolling, y'all. All right, so I got my juice, and I went ahead and put my chicken in there. This has also got rabbit, okay, because I raised meat rabbits, and I pressure canned 2 quart jars of rabbit, and I also put that in here too. So we're going to have a multi-meat noodle soup, okay? In addition to this is a large pot. I have put quite a bit of water in here. I've also added 8 bouillon cubes, chicken bouillon. I use Weiler's brand because to me that is the best. It's got plenty of salt, not plenty of salt, but plenty of pepper, garlic powder, and some plain Himalayan salt. You guys will have to season this according to the way you want it to taste. I'm also going to add, now this is not healthy, about ½ cup of margarine. Okay, I use Blue Bonnet. That's the only one I like. I don't like them other ones, but you know, you do what you feel is best. This is not butter. This is margarine. Okay. All right. So we're going to bring this to a boil, and when it boils, I'm going to drop in a whole bag of egg noodles. Okay, and we'll get back at it here soon. All right, y'all. All right. So now my chicken and rabbit noodle soup here is boiling. And y'all see, I don't have a lid for this bad boy, so I'm just going to put a pizza pan on top because, you know, you got to like that. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, buddy, yo. So anyway, so now that it's boiling, let me stir this up. Woo, look at that. That's going to be so good, y'all. Oh, my goodness. It smells wonderful. I have tasted this to make sure that it is seasoned the way that I like it, and it is. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my egg noodles. Okay, now I like to use these light and fluffies, extra wide egg noodles, but you do what you want. I like these because I want a good quality egg noodle that's going to be pretty when I eat it. I don't want it to look like mush, and I don't want it to when you cook it, it disappear, because I've had some of them cheap ones do that. Okay, I'm going to add this whole bag because, like I said, we got a bunch of folks coming over here today, and we're going to grub, y'all. All right, so now that that's in here, I know there's a lot of water in this big old pot, but when the egg noodles cook, it's going to cook down some. And I'm going to turn this down to probably medium, because right now it's on like medium high. I got that joker going, y'all. And then I'm going to put this top on here, so that way I can kind of keep an eye on it. And then I'm, of course, turn the fan on because we're going to have smoke and steam all over the kitchen. But, man, does it smell good. And I know it's going to be delicious. I can't wait to eat it. All right, y'all. I'm going to be back shortly to show you guys the finished product. All right. So this rabbit and chicken noodle soup is simmering. It's been simmering for about, good 20, 30 minutes or so. I don't know. But anyway, one more thing I'm going to do that I'm going to add is this bad boy right here. Okay, so you add, we're gonna say maybe a cup, we'll say, yep, ½ cup to a cup, because this is a huge pot. That will make your soup so creamy. Oh my goodness. Yes, I wish y'all could smell it, and I wish y'all were here to taste it, because this is sure enough gonna be good, y'all. All right, be back here a little bit later. All right, food is done. These are my happy guests. Cheese. We about to eat, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all your support. Bye.